Alright, I talked about why I don't care for the MCU, and I talked about why I didn't care for the DCEU. I wonder what other franchise I should talk about and why I don't care for it. Star Wars? As much as I felt disappointed watching Mandalorian Season 3 and Ahsoka, I'm still looking forward to anything Star Wars related. What trailer recently came out? Oh, Madam Web! That's part of the Sonyverse. A universe which I don't care for and never did. You know what? Screw it. I'll talk about it. Also, who's Madam Web? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Sonyverse. I honestly don't think I've ever met anyone who was a fan. So far, there have been 3 movies. The Venom movies and Morbius. And more to come on the way, mainly focusing on the Spider-Man villains. We got Kraven the Hunter, Madam Web, and a lot more coming up. Let me ask you something. What's the point of making these movies about the villains when we got a ton of Spider-Man content for the past few years that explain their origins and how they became who they are? But better. We got the Spectacular Spider-Man, Spider-Man the Animated Series, the Spider-Man games, and a load of comics that has those specific villains like Kraven and Morbius. But better. And cooler. Literally the main reason why these villains became who they are is because of Spider-Man. Why change it? Having a villain origin story in this universe that doesn't involve Spider-Man would be like going to a county fair but not getting the fair food. It doesn't feel right. And as much as I like anti-heroes, the anti-hero archetype doesn't fit well with the Spider-Man villain. Because if it's a villain origin story, why make them the hero? Stop trying to replicate Megamind! You'll never be Megamind! Another reason why I don't like the Sonyverse is because while accessible and not required to watch a bajillion other movies in order to understand them, they're just there just so Sony could keep Spider-Man with them. Yeah, Sony and Marvel are still fighting over Spider-Man like 2 siblings fighting over a toy. Unfortunately, Sony still has the rights to the Spider-Man franchise, so they're making these movies in order to keep the rights to them. Until Disney buys them, making their plans for the universe backfire. Hopefully I don't jinx this. Honestly, unlike the MCU and DCEU, I got nothing much to say about the Sonyverse. I'm probably going to forget this series even exists because there are so much better series out there that I'm getting more invested in. I'm probably gonna skip Kraven. I honestly don't know who the frick Madam Web is. But to sum it all up, this series is a lost cause, and I'm not gonna miss it if it gets cancelled. Just go read the Spider-Man comics, or watch the cartoons, or play the games if you want to learn about them. It's a bit faster if you do. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that I like Let There Be Carnage. That was fun. That was the only good Sonyverse movie. Oh, one more thing.